Shelton football, a big matchup Friday night on the road at Gig Harbor. Gig Harbor's sitting at 2-1 in conference play. Shelton's at 1-2, so if they could pull off the big win,
that'd be good.
They could catch them in the standings.
Yeah.
Shelton is 1-0 on the road so far in conference play. They had that big win at Yelm.
Yeah, that's right, Yelm.
So, I talked to a couple of the players yesterday at practice, and we'll have a preview video up today of that big game.
Great.
And, they're excited, and they think they have what it takes to go into Gig Harbor and pull out the victory.
I'm looking ahead to Saturday, and we have a Cougars game on the air taking on the Stanford Cardinal. We're going to get some picks from you on the ups and downs later in this segment, but Cougars have been doing pretty well for themselves lately.
Yeah, coming off a nice win at home versus Oregon, 51-33,
yeah.
And they finally, I think they're starting to find a groove. I remember coming on this show earlier in the season, Jeff, and I said, don't panic yet. It's tough losing that first game to an FCS squad, but Eastern's a really good team, and the Cougars are showing they have what it takes to pull out some wins in this Pac-12 conference. So I think they're going to give Stanford a run for their money down there.
So they crushed. They did very well against the Ducks. Traditionally a very big powerhouse. They've fallen on some hard times, it seems, this season. The number 5 Huskies are headed down to Autzen. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Huskies haven't won against the Ducks since 2002.
Yeah, that's been talked about a lot this week. It's been 12 years. They haven't won 12 games in a row against Oregon. And
oh my gosh.
They will look to snap that this year. They think, obviously if it's going to be in a year, it's going to be this year.
Got to be this year.
Number 5 in the team. The defense is the best in the conference, and Oregon's defense, is the worst by far.
And so Oregon's not ranked at all, right? They're not.
Oregon's
in the top
not ranked. No, they're under 500. Yet. They're 2-3 so far this season. Yeah, this is a different Oregon team than years past, and there's some quarterback controversy right now. Dakota Prukup, the graduate transfer from Montana State, he's been off to a rocky start, and it sounds like they might start a true freshman, Justin Herbert, who's a Eugene native out of Sheldon High School, and he might get his first start against the Pac-12's leading defense, the Washington Huskies, on Saturday, and that's going to be interesting. Well, might be a tough first day at the office for Herbert.
Yeah. Well, if the other guy has lost the first 3 games and Herbert gets a touchdown in the final moments of the Cougar game, why not? Give him a shot, right? What's the worst that could happen? They lose again?
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that Coach Mark Helfrich, the head coach of University of Oregon, is going to put his freshman out there, try to kind of save his job. Say, hey, look, we're in a rebuilding season now. We're going towards our freshmen.
So we're already in a rebuilding year, huh?
So this year might be one that we just kind of waste and let go, and we'll look towards next year. But this has the potential to be a bloodbath out there for the Huskies.
4th game of the season, and they're already talking about a rebuilding year?
It's times are rough down there in Eugene, Jeff.
In Eugene, that is for sure. It's 8:16 here. I want to play for you this great video that Sean put together from the volleyball game on Tuesday. On the other side of that, we'll look at some picks that Sean has for us with some upcoming games. But it was a great game Tuesday night at High Climber Stadium, or High Climber in the Mini Dome.
Shelton Volleyball picked up a big win Tuesday night, knocking off Yelm in 3 straight sets. The High Climbers jumped out early in the first set on their way to a 25-12 victory. Shelton again jumped out to a big lead in the second, up 13-7, but Yelm fought back to make it close. The High Climbers snuck away with a 25-22 second set win. The third set again went down to the wire, but Shelton held on for another 25-22 victory. It was an all-around great performance by the High Climbers, who now sit at 3-5 in conference play. Shelton junior Taylor Benedict thinks her teammates are starting to play more together as a group.
We were just playing really well as a team, and we're just like a family, so it just worked really well.
The High Climbers are back on the court facing Gig Harbor on Thursday. For Fiber One Sports, I'm Sean Wells.
We, the people, need to be vigilant.
Images associated with that great story at iFiber1newsradio.com. Somebody had printed out a big head picture of one of the players there, and they were holding it up in the stands and stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, they did. I think
That's pretty funny.
I think the picture was of who I interviewed there at the end.
It very seemed like
Taylor
it was like
Benedict,
Inception going on here.
Yeah. I'm not positive, but that was pretty funny. I thought that was a good take on their part.
It's nice to see a lot of folks in the stands watching those games. Traditionally, some of these non-football sports don't get a lot of looks by people, but it is nice to see folks coming out and supporting the teams for sure.
It is. Yeah, that was a nice crowd on Tuesday, and hopefully there's a nice crowd tonight for them.
Yeah.
And if the wins keep piling up, it'll get even bigger and bigger.
Yeah, one of the best shows in Mason County. All right, you've got a couple of games for me. We're going to play Pick 'em. I'm going to write these down, and we're going to check them next week to see how if a sports director for a super big time radio station here can do better in the picks than I don't know, me. We'll say. Okay, what games are we looking at today?
All right, Jeff. Well, we're going to keep this local week to week, but no Seahawks this week. But we'll go with the two local college teams in the Pac-12. So first, we'll go Washington. They are we're talking about them playing Oregon on the road in Eugene.
Yeah,
Huskies favored by 9.5.
Oh my gosh.
This has the makings. I know it's been 12 years. Oregon's or 12 games in a row that the Ducks have knocked off the Huskies, but. A true freshman quarterback possibly starting in his first game for the Ducks. He's never faced anything similar to this Husky defense that is coming off a 44-6 whooping of Stanford.
Okay. I think I know where you're going with this, but okay.
Huskies cover this one, Jeff. 9.5. Give me the Dogs.
All right. Well, I love underdog stories. I love when these kind of rags to riches, from the ashes, the phoenix rising, whatever. Stephanie's going to kill me. She's a Husky. Dick Taylor's going to kill me. He's a Husky. But I guess I'm going to have to go against you on this one. At home, the friendly confines of Autzen Stadium. Beautiful down there. Eugene, it's a long drive. I'm going Ducks then. The Ducks by 1. I don't know what it is.
It's a bold strategy, Jeff. We'll see if it pays off.
All right. Cougs, Stanford, you got that one?
Yeah, don't call me a homer, but I'm going WSU, Jeff. This one's Stanford minus 7.5. I think that's a little too high. Stanford is coming off a huge loss up here at Montlake, losing to the Huskies.
Yep.
And they're still without their two corners, their two starting cornerbacks who missed that game versus University of Washington. And that's not going to help against the air raid and Mike Leach offense. And they've been rolling as of late. I think averaging 44 points a game, Jeff, this season. Cougars are starting to click. Their run game's on fire. It's going to be, I think this is going to kind of come down to the wire. And I think the Cougars, I'm not saying they're going to win this game, but I think they're going to cover that spread, Jeff, and keep it within a touchdown.
Okay, well, that was a monster prediction there. I'll agree with you on that one. And you got a surprise one for me in the final pick for today.
Yeah, Jeff, we're going to head to the National Football League, a little Patriots-Browns. Tom Brady makes his return. They're playing this one in Cleveland. He missed those first 4 games, and he is hungry, and he is pissed off.
Who's the quarterback for the Browns? Is it Johnny Manziel still? Tim Tebow? I don't even know who's...
I think Manziel is...
He's done.
I don't know where he is, but no, right now I think it's Cody Kessler, who was the starting quarterback at USC last year. And he was, I think, a 5th round or later pick by the Browns, and because of injuries to RG3 and another quarterback of theirs, they had to go through the rookie Kessler, and he's been okay, but Browns they're the same old Browns this year as they have been in the past few years. So, this is a big spread, Jeff. This is the Patriots minus 10.5.
Oh wow!
But give me Brady and give me the cover. I think the Patriots are going to be pissed off. Well, it's just Brady especially is going to be pissed, and he is going to be ready to rock and roll.
I'm going to write those down.
I think the Patriots are going to come out and put up a number on these lowly Browns.
All right. Well, I like the Browns on that game, and I'm a fan of all things Ohio. It's 8:22 here at iFiber One News Radio. Thank you, Sean. I will check those next time we meet a week from today.